I hate that so much. I mean, have a purpose. Have a purpose and a reason behind the things that you do. So the things that you say, the things that you mean. So when I do something, it's like if I'm gonna do Wonderful World, I'm gonna do it when I have somebody worth, who I think, and it's purely subjective. I mean, just if I don't think you should be on Wonderful World, it doesn't mean you're garbage or anything. It just means I'm a person like anybody else. I have opinions. I have things I like. I have things I don't. That's all that means. So, but I want to make sure it's something that I want to endorse, and there's something that I believe the viewers can get from watching that. The same thing with the Lore Makers, the Lore Makers Guide to the Galaxy. STL Youngblood does an amazing series of videos. Absolutely fantastic. That's why I gave him MVP. I pick the MVPs every week. Well, now that Tyler's on, we let Tyler pick MVPs. But up until 2 weeks ago, I picked every MVP for the last however many years. Mm-hmm. So what he does is fantastic. And eventually, we'll absolutely do a Wonderful World. If he's watching, wait for the call. It'll happen eventually. But with Lore Makers, the thing is, these are the creators. These are the people who sat there and had the ideas, and they're sharing that idea with you in a way that only they can have. We don't write anything down. They're not reading the lore. They're not reading their notes. It is the parts. They're not going to have everything. We're STL Young, but he's going to read all the lore and everything. He's going to have everything that's been published. But what they're going to have is the parts that resonate most with them. Those are the parts that you can bet are going to be followed up on. If the Lore Maker sat there and they said something, there's a pretty good chance that that's a thread that's going to get followed up on. And if there's a part of the lore that they didn't cover, well, that was probably maybe that was something they couldn't talk about. Maybe that was a little flowery thing they did, but it's probably not going to turn into anything. We don't know. But I thought it was compelling to see it from their minds, from their perspectives, to see the things that stand out to them, to hear the reasons they would do something, the reasons they didn't choose to do something with a particular system. And that's the kind of thing that only our lore makers can do. So, so that had a value. That had a value to me. Let me pull my thing up. Shipshape. Shipshape used to be, when I had the... Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, take it.
It's the human body, ladies and gentlemen.
It's gassy time.
So Shipshape. When I originally created Shipshape, it was supposed to be what it is now, and it didn't turn out that way because it was one of those things I couldn't give a whole lot of time for. We brought Lisa Ohanian in, and she did it, and I'd work with her, and we
cool.
tried. It was fine.
Very cool. Yeah.
But when she left, it presented me an opportunity to bring Shipshape back to the thing that I originally wanted it to be, which was the developers, not a talking head, not somebody talking about style guides or anything like that. It's we sit down with the developer, with the people who are making the spaceships, and we talk about the process of making the spaceship, and that's what Shipshape's back to being. It doesn't happen as regularly. Mm-hmm. Because that's the problem. When you sit there and you say this has to happen every single week, then you make compromises. You have to, because something has to give. If you're not willing to not do it every single week, then something else has to give, and eventually everything will give until the quality does. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened with Shipshape before. So now we do Shipshapes when we have something. Josh Coons came in town. He showed up in our office Monday morning at 10 a.m. and at 10:05 I was on his ass like stink on poop. I'm like, dude, you're working on the Herald. You gotta get me in. I need 15 minutes of your time. You can sit there. And we did it. So we have a Shipshape segment on the Herald that's coming, not next week, but the week after.
Awesome.
Cool. Probably the week after. But that's in the can. So yeah, it's. I find that you do the things when you have the things to do. When you try to force them to do it this every week or that every week and whatnot, then you're forced to make too many compromises. Development is too fickle. Development is too crazy to try to schedule, to try to pin into any one box and whatnot. So So, I've been chasing. That goes back to the Sean Tracy thing. I've been chasing Sean Tracy down for a particular segment for 4 weeks, and every single week it's like, yeah, man, we'll do it on this day, and we schedule it, and I put the sticky note up on the schedule, and then I go, and the day of it's like, no, I can't do it. And it's like, no problem. I go in, I crush the thing up, and whatnot, and then we try it again. We try it again the next week. And again, it was supposed to be again today. We were supposed to do it again, and it just can't. It just can't, because
breaks your heart from week to week.
Yeah, it doesn't break my heart because I know the reason he can't do it is because he's making this game awesome, and because it's important. It's
priorities.
There's nothing greater in game development than prioritization. There just isn't. It's more important than talent. It's more important than skill. It's more important than perseverance, because it's when they say, work smarter, not harder.
Right.
You can work as hard as anybody in the entire world, but if you're not prioritizing it correctly, you're wasting your time. You're wasting our time. You're wasting everybody's time. So prioritization is at the top. So we are constantly flipping and flopping and rearranging, and there are times where I have to run and be like, hey, Ashley, we need to get the lights set up. We're filming in 5 minutes. Like, what? Because he says it's ready now, so we gotta do it now. I thought we were doing it till 3:30. He's ready now, dude. He's ready now. We're doing it now. Kind of thing. So it's awesome, and it's frustrating, and it's amazing, and it's discouraging, and it's everything. It's every emotion there is, and it's and this has been the longest answer to what do I like about my job. It's pretty much everything. It's
fantastic.
I get to make stuff.
It's the greatest answer.
We're still on the first question. What?
Yeah, we're still on the first question.
Hey, I got a question for you. On the 30-second videos that you guys picked to highlight, what are your criteria for picking those? What are you looking for?
I am Tyler is now in charge of that, but Tyler's been given the marching orders, from me and whatnot. I am looking for the same thing I'm looking for in everything else, which is something more than the norm. If I thought I was doing what anybody else was doing at any given time, I'd weep. I don't want to be everybody else. I don't want to be anybody else. I want to be me. So, and that extends to everything I do. That extends to the things that I look for with somebody. If somebody submits a video, and oh look, I got 4 kills in 30 seconds. That's certainly impressive. I can't do that. I'm a terrible pilot. I can't do it. But the problem is, that's good, but it's not great. It's not that thing I can't see anywhere else. It's trying to figure the guy who wall glitches out and gets to the places in ArcCorp that 99% of other citizens never see. Do something that 99% of people can't see. That works. I'm walking around ArcCorp, and here I am. Here's a video of me inside Dumpers Depot. That's what anybody else can do. So that's not going to get my attention. The fly a race in a super fast time. Great, impressive, whatever. Fly a race in a super fast time backwards. Better. Fly a race in a super fast time backwards in a Starfarer. Now you've got my attention, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It's go that extra step to do the things that other people aren't doing. That's the easiest way to get my attention about anything. And it's not. I don't know if it's fair. I don't know if it's.
I was just going to ask you if you thought that.
It doesn't. I don't believe in fairness.
Okay.
I don't believe in participation awards. I don't believe that everybody has to get everything. I believe there are winners and losers. That's me. I'm the community manager you got stuck with. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to not be who I am. I'm not gonna change. It's people. There's a reason, and this is an important thing that I think most people probably have never realized. I don't know why they do. When people hire into CIG, if they've been backers before, they create new accounts. There's always a -CIG, a new account, whatnot. My account, the one that I post from every day, the one that I gold post from, everything, is my same account. It's my same backer account. And when I hired in, they wanted me to do another one, and I flat out refused. Day one. Hey, I'm glad to be here. Oh my God, it's so great for having. Yeah, we have to figure out. No, I won't do it. So I'm not gonna do it. And it wasn't a problem. You're curious first. I'm like, why? He goes, because I'm not going to change. I'm not a different person now that I work here. I stand behind every post I've ever made. I stand behind every word I've ever said. That is me. And when I'm here, I'm not going to be your typical. I think we all know I'm not your typical community manager. I'm sitting here, I'm swearing, you have to make fun of Tyler. I mean, it's Tyler. It's Tyler. How do you not?
He's a funny guy.
So it just makes it so easy. It just makes it. I don't. It feels wrong not to.
Tyler.
It feels dishonest not to make fun of him. And I have to be honest. I have to be who I am I'm the guy who goes on the live stream the other day and tells people to unplug from Star Citizen. Take a break. What do you think? People are like, wait, because I think that's what's best for you. If you think that's what's best for you, I think that's what's best for you. If you don't think you need a break, you don't need a break. I'm not going to tell you what the hell to do. Yep. But it's saying I'm not. I'm always going to be me. So when people, I want people to see that why I pledged video. That I made back in the day. When I pledged,
it's a great video.
Yeah, I didn't do it so Chris Roberts had to answer to me. I didn't do it so I was the boss so I could tell them how to make a video game. I did it because Chris Roberts came out there and said, no developer will let me make the game I want to make. I'm going to you guys so that you guys will help me make the game I want to make. I being Chris Roberts in this industry, in this example. So yeah, it's like I'm here to let Chris Roberts make the game he wants to make. He doesn't always make the decisions I agree with. He doesn't have to. It's not part of the job. It's not part of the requirement. I can disagree with something and not. It'd be like, his way might be better. I don't know. I don't think it is. Maybe in this particular case, but he's been right more times than not. So I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. And we're talking about a minuscule case. One of the reasons I'm so happy being here is because so much of the time it's like I think I come into a room like, yeah, this is the way I think to do something, and then Chris goes, well, actually, the way that we're going to do it is this, and then let me tell you why, and then he sits there and he tells you why, and you just slowly realize I thought I was smart. I've gone through my entire life thinking I was smart and thinking I knew what I was doing, but Chris is here talking to me. He's not talking to me like the way that I talk to Tyler. He's showing me respect. Yeah. And he's showing me kindness. And he's just making me realize I'm such a dumb, and I thought I knew better. And he's done enough in life to earn the benefit of the doubt.
I have to say that was a pivotal moment at the Bar Citizen event in LA. And meeting Chris Roberts, just how you described it, he is so respectful. People he doesn't even know, and we're all gathered around him just hanging off of every last word, and he's so humble about it and so willing to. I don't think he sat down one time while he was there. I think he stood and he took everybody's questions and he would engage, and it wasn't like, I've said this a million times here, I'm saying it again, he will just keep going. He can see, I think, that passion in the backers. And he's also so fueled. Like, he's just got this endless reserve that you feel when you're around him. It's amazing to be that close to something that's and to feel that welcome into that space.
I'll tell you the story of the first time I met Chris Roberts. I was at the Next Great Starship finale. They shot it at the YouTube space in LA, and I drove out to be a studio audience member. And I was there, and they shot the whole thing. And afterwards, and I was there by myself. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody. The first episode of Around the Verse hadn't aired yet. Nobody knew who Disco Lando was. Most people thought I was a black guy. I wasn't telling them. I was just there. I was by myself. I was there with a real life friend, and he wanted to tell people, "Hey, everyone, this is Disco Lando." I'm like, "Don't fucking tell anybody. This isn't my thing," kind of thing. And I'm there, and eventually, Chris, after the thing, Chris is talking to people, and I just kind of meander over, and I kind of work into the semicircle.
Hey, Chris.
I'm kind of working myself into the semicircle of people that are around Chris Roberts, and he's talking about the thruster system, and how the realistic thruster system does all these calculations so it knows how to put this much thrust. And he starts looking right at me. And he's talking to me. He's talking to me about the thruster, and I'm nodding. I'm like, wow. I'm like, yes, that thing you said makes sense. That sounds like science, and I know what you mean. And I'm just talking about this, and then I ask a follow-up question. He answers. We're having this whole conversation. And we're just having this conversation, and I haven't told him, who I was or anything. And he's having this conversation, he's talking about this. At the end, at some point, he breaks and he goes, "So, what's your names?" And there's somebody else. He goes, "I'm Peter," and somebody goes, "I'm Josh." And I said, "Hey, I'm Jared." So I goes, "Jared, well, it's very, very nice to meet you." And he goes, "What are your game names?" And I'm like, "Shit." And he goes, "I'm this person. I'm this person." And I went, I'm Disco Lando. And he goes, "What?" And he goes, I'm Disco Lando. And he's been talking to me for like 40 minutes at this point. And he looks at me and he goes, "I've been talking to Disco Lando for 40 minutes and you didn't tell me." And he like grabs me and gives me a hug. And then he goes on for like another 20 minutes about the videos. And I'm like,
yeah.
Does he know who I am?
Yeah.
This is stupid. You have better things to do than know who I am.
Yeah.
So that was the first time, and then just 2 weeks later, I was in the office to do the filming for the very first episode of Around the Verse, which we did a fan interview, and I was in an interview there. And I walk in, and Chris walks past, and then he comes back and goes, "Hi, Jared, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Why the hell do you remember my name?" It's like he's an absolute force of nature. And he's amazing, and he's still the only person in the entire company that calls me Jared. Everybody else that works there either calls me Disco or Lando. He's the only person there that calls me Jared.
He's consistent about that.
And he's like I live with Toast. I call Toast. I've never called Toast by whatever his real name is in my life.
What did Toast just say? We didn't hear him.
I don't know. He said whatever Toast say. He said he was consistent. He said Chris is consistent.
Consistent. Okay. Yeah.
Calls me by my first name.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody else.
Yeah. Chris calls him by his first name, and it's wrong every time he does it. And I've actually
not even my name.
Yeah, I've actually corrected Chris twice. The first time he thought it was funny, and the second time he thought I was pushing it. So.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's no, he's it's like I said, he's.
It's pretty.
Working here is such a. It's an amazing experience, and it's not for everybody. No job in the world is. It's hard. It's fast. It's long. It changes on a dime. I mean, it is all those stories of the UFOs that go. That is what working for Chris is like. You think you're going one direction, and before you know it, you're going in another direction. Like, when did we start going in this direction? Because we just went in that direction. What happened to that direction? We passed it. When? Just now. When will we be going this direction? Soon. It's hard. It can be hard to keep up with. I've seen people come. I've seen people go. It's not for everybody. But if you're a person who loves to work, if you're a person who loves quality, and who is more concerned with the best result possible than doing that thing we said we were going to do. And that's one of the things that my absolute favorite part about working here is that we're not afraid of the better idea. Is that at any point we've been working on this thing for 3 days, we've been working on this thing for 3 weeks, we've been working on this thing for 3 months. Somebody goes, wow, you know what would have been the better thing to do if we had done this? Everything stops. It goes,
yeah.
Wait, that is the better idea. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, well, why didn't you have it then? Because we didn't know enough to have this idea then. Only by going on this other track did we learn enough to have the better idea. You have to be wrong sometimes for 3 months before you have the right idea. It's like we have the right idea. And for other places, like, oh, we've spent too much. So we spent too much time. We spent too much money. We spent too much manpower. This is the thing we're doing. Chris is like, but that's not the better idea. Yeah. This is the better idea. Right. Can we make this happen? Yes. can we make this happen by the time that we need it? If we stay up and we work hard and we focus and we do because it's possible to do it. Yes.
Yep.
And I adore that. It's my absolute favorite thing about being here. It's not for everybody. It's why some people come and some people go and whatnot. But it doesn't mean they're bad people. Doesn't mean we're bad people. I mean, I'm a bad person, but for other reasons. It just means that not all things are for all people. Yeah. But if this is a thing for you, oh my goodness, it's so much fun.
It seems to be working.
Guys, we're
putting out a great product, so everybody's.
We're getting there. This is going to be the year we remember.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's kind of got butterflies in their stomach right now where we're at, and I'm very excited about where we're heading, and I'm so comfortable and happy to be right here with the butterflies and just keep moving forward, keep inching along, and it's everything. It's exciting.
I feel like we're so close to so much, just like butterflies. Just the sky being
this
full
is
of
the
butterflies
year,
really soon here.
Yeah, this is the. I mean, we go over it a bit in the Aaron interview we just did and whatnot. It's like most people. We just heard out. What was the game we just? Was the game we just heard this announcement for? Not Uncharted 4. Some new game they just announced that it was like this week. There was a brand new sequel, the third or the fourth game in a series. I can't remember what it is, but most people are.
Somebody in chat will come up with it.
Yeah, some people are used to. Oh, there's no such thing as Fallout 4. Fallout 4 doesn't exist. Fallout 4 isn't in anybody's mind. And then Bethesda comes on and goes, "Yeah, Fallout 4 is coming out in 6 months." That's what people are used to. They're used to Fallout 4 exists, and then it's out in their hands a couple months later.
Were you thinking of Doom? That's what chat's wondering.
No. This is a thing.
No.
I can't remember what it is, but I feel like it's the fourth game in a series, but I don't know. That's not Gears either, because we knew Gears was coming for a while. At least I did anyway. But Blizzard worked on
Gears.
Blizzard worked on the MMO, whatever it was called.
World of Warcraft.
No, not World of Warcraft. The one they just scrapped it became Overwatch. Titan. Blizzard worked on Titan for 8 years. For 8 years without saying anything more than its codename is Titan. And then after 8 years, one of the biggest video game developers that are around, maker of the most successful MMO in the world, couldn't make the MMO work the way they wanted to. It's like it's just not what we want. So they scrap it, they turn gears, and they crank out Overwatch. Like this. But most places work on these games for so long before anybody ever hears about them. And then you hear about them, and then so everybody thinks these development cycles are so short and whatnot. We did it backwards. We announced it when it was an overblown tech demo that Chris and Forrest and Sean Tracy worked on. 3 people. Working across the internet for a little over half a year, working on a demo. Like, okay, here's a demo just to make sure the engine could do what they wanted it to do. And then like, okay, we've got this idea of a game, and now we want your help making it. And so most people don't see the genesis of a AAA game that early. So now that we're 12, 13, 14, 15, yes, I count on my fingers. I'm not math. Now that we're only 3.5 years.
I'm not math.
Nobody's ever looked at Jared Huckaby and said, "That guy's math." So we're only 3.5 years since the original Kickstarter, and in that time, like, the company was 8 people, and half of them were volunteers. We had to build. We had to build the Austin office. We had to build the LA office. We had to build the UK office. We had to build the Germany office. We had to build the company.
Yep.
At the same time, we were starting development of the game. Whereas a company like Blizzard, already existed before they started work. It existed for 20 years before they started on Titan, not 15 years.
On top of sharing that evolution with the community.
Yeah,
so it's not like you can close doors and go like it's messy back here. It's the doors are open, and here's a progression. That's so amazing.
Yeah, it was 7-8 years for Titan, Pascal. Because they were talking about it. I was there when Blizzard launched, and people were already joking about what the next MMO was going to be. So, because they didn't expect WoW to be as big as it was. So it's only recently that we are up to 100%. We are up to speed. All the studios are firing. All the places, people are in the places they need to be, and you see it in the rate at which we're cranking out content now. I mean, it's just and 2.4, is not going to have everything that some people who reported things incorrectly, thought it was going to be, but 2.4 is going to have quite a bit. Mostly built under the hood than over the hood, really. But we are cranking out so much stuff now because now we are at 100%, and that's why we've pulled back from our public appearances, from our PAX East, from our PAX South, and stuff like that.
Focus on getting the game.
It's because now everything's firing, so it's like this train doesn't stop. We've worked so hard to get to this point where everything is firing. There's no derailing it. It's Squadron 42 or bust. It's Star Citizen or bust.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, I want to be aware of some time here. You've given us over an hour of your time, and we're happy to keep going, but I don't want to hold your evening up. If so, I think
it's your call. If you're willing to go, we're willing to keep going.
Yeah. What you got? You want to take some questions from the fans?
Sure.
Yeah.
Anybody but, hold on, there's one person who's been really annoying in chat that I don't want to take. Hold on, don't spoil it.
Do we have to ban Eric here also?
Yes, no, it's Captain
Zolo. I got you.
Captain Zolo. We can't take any questions from Captain Zolo.
Be quiet about Captain Xylo no longer. He's such a dear person.
No.
Let me see if I can find any questions here real quick.
When the book of Star Citizen is written, the romance between Tyler and Jared will be a greater romance than Twilight. Did you block me on Twitch? I don't know. I don't block anybody on Twitch. I don't even look at Twitch.
Did somebody ask you that? Hey everybody, by the way, out there in chat world, thank you so much for stopping by for this interview. Please feel free to ask questions while we've got him here, Jared Huckaby.
Yeah. Is there a Captain Voltron? I would totally answer questions from. Oh, Captain Zoltan. That's not the same. If there's a person named Captain Voltron, you get a easy pass.
Yeah. Easy pass. Remember that cartoon? That was amazing.
The new cartoon's coming out on Netflix. Netflix has a new Voltron cartoon. Yeah, they've already got a trailer for it.
A remake of it?
It's a whole new.
Writing this down.
Voltron from Netflix.
I missed the screen. Okay, Voltron.
Oh, here's a good question. If you could make your own Star Citizen merchandise, what would it be?
I do.
All the time.
I'm involved in the Star Citizen merchandise. Now, the Star Citizen merchandise team is Alexis and Sandy, for the most part. They come up with the ideas. And they do the things, and then I help out here and there. But it's mostly the tireless work of Sandy and Alexis. If I could make any merchandise, well, the problem is we're in the process of making it. So if I answer the question, I either answer the question truthfully and
lie to us.
And get myself in trouble with Alexis, or I could lie to you.
Don't do that.
It's a Tyler Witkin plushie that I could take to bed.
Oh, won't Toast be jealous?
And I won't tell you whether I'm lying or not. No, what? No, no. Toast and I are men. No. Toast and I are men. You want to know how much men Toast and I were? Toast got his promotion to junior counsel 3 weeks ago, and I found out about it yesterday.
So you don't discuss anything.
And I found out about it yesterday, not because he said it, but because I overheard somebody else talking about it. And I'm like, dude, you got promoted? Yeah. Congratulations. Thanks.
Yeah.
We're men. We're old men. We're cut from an old cloth.
Will the Prospector be prioritized or delivered after launch?
Well, without knowing when launches, I can't answer that question.
Good call. Yeah, games like Guild Wars 2.
Yeah. When questions, guys?
The big Benny skin, is that definitely going to be something that's going to be available sometime down the road?
Ew.
Do you think?
There are at present no plans to do the big Benny skin. Now, that's not the same as saying tomorrow we won't go in and someone say, hey, we should actually do that Big Benny skin. Okay. It just means that right now, there's no plans to do the Big Benny skin.
It sounds like you guys had kind of played around with it a little bit on one of the shows in the last week or two. I remember hearing, not a definite yes, we're going to, but mentioning that everybody is asking for it and maybe something like that.
Well, it's just, okay, I don't like to equivocate. I'm not a person who equivocates. So there's a reason I choose those words very carefully. At this time, there are no plans to do it.
Okay.
It's because I don't like saying, oh, we don't know if we're going to do it or not do it, anything, which is technically true. I don't know. But what I can tell you that's even better than I don't know is that at this time, there have been no plans set to make it. It's the best. That's the best. It's the best I can do. Other than that, it's like I said, we're not afraid of the better idea. If somebody comes up with some amazing way to make it work, to make it easy to fit it into the pipeline, to I don't know. It's just right now. It was at Tuesday afternoon at 4:00, the week of April Fool's. We had no April Fool's gag. We were not going to do an April Fool's gag. We were just like, we're all so busy. We just don't have time. We don't have anything that moves the needle, you know? Mm-hmm. And at 4:01, I walked into Ben's office and I said, I've got this really shitty idea. And I'm here. And I walked in and I said, I'm here so that you can tell me it's dumb and we won't do it. And he said, what? And I said, what about an entire Big Benny's theme delivery career? Everybody keeps asking for when the next profession design doc is. What if we just troll them with food delivery and we do the whole Big Benny thing and we get a costume and all that stuff like that? And he goes, all right, I like it, do it. And I went, shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next 70 hours was nonstop calling in favors, Jeremiah, Lee, Elwin, Batchelor, Jr., and Gage, which is why the three of them are dancing with the community team in our video. Just be going and going to the supervisors. I'm like, I need like 2 hours of his time, and I need one. I was like, you can't have 2 hours of his time. And going back to him, like, will you please stay with me after hours and do this because you're a fan and because you want this to happen? And they worked after hours. Jeremiah and Elwin and Gage stayed after hours, and they worked on the ship, and they worked on the costume, and they worked on the videos with me, and it was all done after hours because they love this community as much as anything else. So that was a very rough job.
Yeah, that's evident. I mean, week after week, we're seeing the same people. We're seeing the same devotion and passion and effort. So that speaks a lot to how everybody feels about what they're doing. Disco, I don't know if there's a bunch of questions that have been rolling through chat. I don't know if you can just poke there and see if anything strikes your fancy. I'd hate to, there's a lot of great questions here. So if you see anything.
Somebody asked, a frequent response from friends I attempt to recruit in Star Citizen is it's pay to win. How do I best respond to this? I have people ask me that, and I say there is no win. That's my answer. There's no max level or best gear to get.
Well, the answer I could tell them is that there's no amount of money I can spend that I have access. We have developer accounts. I have a developer account. I don't use it. I use my original account. But I have an account that we created. I can on the developer accounts we can jump in with any ship that's available, with any loadout, with any weapon and whatnot. I jump in there. I got the best ships available. I got the best weapons. I get my ass handed to me. No amount of spending money in the world is going to make you not suck. I suck, regardless of how much money I spend, regardless of how much crap I put on my account. The answer to pay the win is pay the money, jump in the game, tell me if you win.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen. That's not how that works. It's all things have to be equal. All things have to be equal for pay to win to truly exist, and it just never is. There's too many variables. Plus, I have seen people fly auroras. Nobody in test, but I've seen other people fly auroras with skill and with determination and do these amazing things. And I'm like, how are you doing that? And it's like, you make it look so easy. And
a lot of
like,
time.
It's look at Toast is look at when Toast and Ben when they play the Wing Commander. People are like, hey Lando, you should play Wing Commander. I'm like, nope, because I get on there. It's like there's no about it. There's no amount of paying that's going to make you win. Now, does it get you things faster? Yes. Nobody's hiding that. From the very beginning, Chris has said, the intention how we're going to fund the game and whatnot is to we're always going to sell things that, so if you're the father of 3 and you work hard and you don't have time to spend, 12 hours in the game every single day, but you want to explore certain aspects of the game, we're going to let you pay a certain amount of money and you're going to get things faster. Getting things faster is not pay to win unless the game to you is a race. Now, if the game to you is a race, if the game is, I just want everything, I want to own everything in Star Citizen, if that is your win condition,
playing it a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, if that is your win condition, then yes, I could see that being pay to win. But that's one very narrow, very specific, very individual win condition. If my win condition is to explore the galaxy and discover a jump point and name it, so every time somebody goes from this system to this system, they have to go through Disco's hole, that's my win condition. I gave that up when I hired in. I'm done in the interview. I'm like, do I get to name a jump point if I discover it? Nope. So if I accept this job, there'll never be a Disco's hole. And they're like, we will hire you just to prevent a Disco's hole. And I went, all right, money is not going to help that. It's what is maybe the key to discovering that jump point. The carrot's too big to go through.
Your hole.
Your hole's too small for the carrot to go through.
It's too small. Yeah, it's not going to fit.
Spending all that money on the carrot doesn't help you do it. You have to have a very specific, very narrow, very individual definition of what win is in order for pay to win to apply. In the 99% of all other scenarios, it doesn't apply. So I don't ever generally engage in that argument. It's I can't tell somebody else what their personal win condition should be. You have to determine what your own win condition for Star Citizen is, and if there's a way to buy things to make that happen, then yes. But chances are, in 99.999% of individual conditions, the money is not going to get you there. It may help, just like in real life, money helps, but it doesn't get you there. Otherwise, every spoiled brat in the world would be a movie star.
That's true. There's some people in chat here. Lando 3693 is very concerned about Tyler's future and the fact that you bully him so much. Is that gonna continue? I have. And does he deserve it?
Oh, he absolutely deserves it.
I think it's.
Does he really?
Isn't it a 3-year hazing period?
Okay. Let me. Tyler, are you still in chat? I haven't seen you chat in a while. Are you still here?
He's been really upset, Disco. He's sent out a couple of personal messages to some folks. We're all talking about it. He's upset, but I think he's still around. Could you come out, Dilo?
No. When I don't like someone, they don't exist. It's that simple. It's when I meet somebody and I'm like, that's not somebody I want to associate with. That's not somebody that I appreciate. That's not somebody that I have any interest in spending my time with. I don't do it.
Are you able to separate that with, let's say somebody's making the most epic whatever Star Citizen. Let's say they've made this amazing model of one of the ships and it's the best that anybody's ever done, but you personally don't care for them in any way, shape, or form. Can you separate your dislike for the person with what content they're bringing forward?
Yeah, because I don't know most Star Citizens. I don't know most Star Citizens at an individual level enough to have an opinion about what type of person they are. So that's never been an issue. I don't imagine that would ever be an issue because It's just I don't get to spend enough time with people in a one-on-one setting to form any kind of lasting personal opinion about them. What you see, you guys are streamers and you already know it's what you see through the stream is not necessarily who a person truly is and whatnot. There's a measure of performance involved. So I don't judge people on that stuff. So that's not a situation that I've ever encountered. It's not a situation I anticipate to encounter. But going back to what I said, I give Tyler the crap that I give him to hide my true feelings for him, because I feel like if I were to show everybody how I truly feel for him, you'd think I was weak and fluttery and emotional and it just I have to be strong.
You are strong. You are strong
for him and for me,
for everyone, really.
For the project. And
I can tell you, a lot of people in chat want to give you a hug right now.
So
I want to give you a hug right now.
You can directly relate the amount of crap I give to somebody with the amount that I actually enjoy them.
I think.
Otherwise, is there anybody I don't enjoy? I don't. Nah. I forget they exist.
No, I know he's enjoying the job. He's told me as much. He's totally digging it. He's busy as hell, but he loves it.
The only exception to this is Tyler Whitkin.
To confuse you even more.
I think he still likes the job, so you've got to try harder or something.
Tyler's trolling us.
Yeah. I can't not be me. I promised myself I wouldn't change. I wouldn't get corporate. I wouldn't become some puppet. That you would always know the things that are coming out of my mouth are genuine. Like I said, it's yes, I'm making fun of him. It's not that's not genuine. It is genuine. I'm making fun of him because again, it is the way that I was raised through my messed up childhood to show affection. That's who I am.
Well, we're not good. That's your way.
Yeah. I think we already know that. That's cool.
See? Honestly, I would worry if I don't make fun of you.
That's good to know. I'm trying to find this question. We had a couple. Knight Rider. We know that procedural planets will have weather. Do you see Star Citizen having something similar in space, storms, etc.?
I have not been privy to any conversations about that. Most of the PU development happens at studios that I'm not at, so I miss a lot of the conversation about the PU, unfortunately. So I don't know the answer to that.
If someone is interested in working for CIG, what's the best way that they could go about?
CloudImperiumGames.com/jobs. Include a cover letter. This seems like such a simple, silly
It's a
thing,
lost art. It's a lost art.
But you cannot just send a resume.
Hey guys.
You cannot, like anything else, you cannot do the bare minimum. You cannot do what everybody else does and expect a result. The people that I hire, and I've hired a couple people in my time. It's all about that cover letter. I'll forgive gaps in their resume. Life happens. Oh, you weren't able to work for 3 years because your deadbeat brother and his infant child, had to move in and you had to take care of them. Whatever your personal life story is, gaps in resumes are fine. I had 37 jobs. Do you think I ever filled out a resume that was truthful? You can't. I can't put 37 jobs on a resume. You'd never get hired. People are like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's a psycho. So your resume is only part of it. Far more important than a resume is a cover letter. Mm-hmm. Tell me why you want to work here. Tell me why we should hire you. Explain it to us in a story, in 3 paragraphs, on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Give a cover letter. When you don't send a cover letter, it's like this person doesn't care. This person went to jobs.com and found 15 listings that said video game developer and just sent their resume out to 15 people. Include a cover letter that's about you and our company and why you would fit our company with our project and why we would fit in your life. And that's another thing that people miss. People don't realize that interviews go two ways. We're not just seeing if you're going to be a fit here. I'm judging whether we're going to be a fit in your life. Because no employer wants to spend 3 months training, 3 months hiring, 3 months bringing you in, and then you're like, I'm just not enjoying it here, and then you leave.
Yeah.
It's like so it's not just you convincing us that we should hire you. It's you have to convince us that we're right for you. Is you have to tell us enough about yourself, about your personality, about the things you like and the things you dislike for us to go, he's going to enjoy working here. He's not going to enjoy working here. And the cover letter is the first step to that.
Yep.
I got a news flash for
advice.
you. Test Squadron has just decided that they're going to name a jump hole after you. Disco's hole. So your dream is going to come true.
All right. I'll believe it when I see it. I hear a lot of things, man. I hear a lot of things.
So many promises. So many.
We got it in writing right here. So just take a screenshot.
I saw it. I took note of that.
I hear a lot of things.
What's behind your stare during RTV? What is that? What's happening in that head of yours?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. No. It depends on what's going on. It depends on the reason for the stare.
Sometimes he's just dumbfounded.
No. I'm never
really
dumb.
happen?
I'm never dumbfounded. It's. Do you remember the part? All right. If anybody's watched when Tyler and I were streaming, you'll notice it's very different than when Ben and I are streaming.
Yeah.
Very different than when Chris and I are streaming and whatnot. I like to be, again, this goes to everything. I like to be the thing that other people aren't. Whatever the missing piece is in the situation. So if I'm in a room with a bunch of clowns, Ben, that's like 3 clowns. If I'm in a room with a bunch of clowns, I'm the straight man. If I'm in the room with a bunch of straight men, I'm the clown.
Sure.
Just today, I walked up to Chris with that stupid Jar Jar Binks sucker thing, where the tongue is the sucker and it pops out and you have to make out with Jar Jar. Chris had never seen it, and I walked up to Chris in the middle of the thing. I was like, "Hey, Chris," he goes, "Would you like a treat from the last century?" And he's looking at me. He's like, "What?" And I showed it to him, and he just looked at it. And he's like, "What is that?" I went pop, and I stuck Jar Jar's candy tongue out at him. And he gave me a look that I've never seen before, that I will remember the rest of my life. It was a look that said, every decision involved in hiring you was wrong. And
we can't turn back now.
Yep. And I went back, and I went back, I'm like, Ben, yes, I got the look from Chris. Like this, and Ben's like, why? And he goes, because that's me. It's if you're the clown, I'm the straight man. If you're the straight man, I'm the clown. If we're all in the middle, I'm somewhere in the I'm the master of ceremonies kind of thing. So it's just, what was the question?
Something about Jar Jar Binks.
No, you didn't ask a question about Jar Jar Binks.
No,
What'd you ask, man?
I don't know.
Got to bring it around to your question. I don't know. What?
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. Yeah, but it's basically
the stare. It was the stare.
Oh,
I had to go into the stare.
Yeah. So what's the stare? So what the stare is it's when everybody else is being the clown. That's me representing the people who aren't entertained by it. It's because every question needs, or every sentence needs punctuation, is what it is. And sometimes the best punctuation to a joke or a gag is silence. You know, you say bazinga, you can say gotcha, whatever. But some I find that the best punctuation at the end to many jokes is just silence, to let it sink in, to let it percolate, and that's what I do. I'm an entertainer at heart.
Mm-hmm. You definitely do that. You keep us entertained.
Knight Rider's asking if single-colored beards will be a thing in Star Citizen. So I guess, is there going to be beard dye? That's what we need to know.
Star Citizen beard dye?
That's the only way you have one color in a beard.
Yeah, I honestly don't know the extent. Chris talked about the a little bit about the character customization options that we want to pursue in that in the March subscriber edition RTV. But it's not there. We're just getting the clothing and stuff now. The reason we haven't gotten to the facial stuff yet is because we're developing the facial stuff for Squadron 42. It's basically when we get all these characters, when we get Mark Hamill to look like Mark Hamill, when we get Gary Oldman to look like Gary Oldman, when we get Gillian Anderson to look like, once we figured out all the tricks to the trade of making the faces, that's when we're like, okay, now we can create an editor that uses all these tools that we're developing to make all these other things. Right. So we're just not there yet. So I don't imagine, I don't see any reason why this particularly silly question wouldn't come to pass. You should be able to color your beard in a variety of shades.
I'm concerned about this. I don't know what the plans are for women who cannot grow beards. What's in the works for those of us who don't have facial hair? I mean, really.
I don't know. Forrest has been working on Gillian Anderson for a while,
okay.
And
does she have a beard?
She does not.
You can always play a
Okay.
male character.
Well, okay. She doesn't have any hair at all.
Guys,
right
listen
now.
up. From
what I've seen, she doesn't have any hair at all yet because the hair's being worked on by a different group. So I can't speak to the hair options for. She may have a beard. I cannot at this time confirm.
This is great news for me.
Does not have.
I'm so jazzed right now. I might get the facial hair I've been longing for. So thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
You finally want to be taken as a serious Star Citizen streamer. You have to have a beard, right?
That's.
I don't know what this beard thing is. They're any day
I
of the.
I think Eric McKenton started it.
Any day of the week, I can show up completely clean shaven. So there will be a day I'll just show up and it'll be completely clean shaven, and then the beard will grow back in a week, and the beard will be back, and then I change my facial hair quite often. I don't know. I think I've just been too tired. I've just been too busy. I haven't bothered to get to do it. But I could go in the back and shave my beard tonight. In fact, maybe I will.
You want to take the time right now to do that? I mean, we've got nothing else going on. You feel like skip it? Yeah. Okay. Do you want to show us anything in your case? Any special item back there in your display case of glory? Something you might want to pull forward?
Yeah. What are some of your prized items? We like toys.
Well, this is a giant mess here on the ground.
We can sort through it.
This mountain is a bunch of unopened packages from the last 3 months.
Maybe we should open some? I don't know. Is there stuff in there? Like more things to put in a case?
Oh yeah,
we'll help you.
Almost all this stuff goes in cases. That's why
we can help you organize.
Just haven't had the time. It's all a giant mess. I got that. This is one of my favorites. This is a knit Lando. That somebody made for me. This was one of the very first fan gifts.
Someone who thought you were African American.
So, that brand new spaceship you've been waiting for is finally up for sale. That's great.
All right, what else you got? What's the thing that you cuddle up with when you go to sleep? Drugs? Okay, check.
More drugs.
What
do I cuddle up with when I go to sleep?
Yeah.
Money. Cuddle up with money. I can't afford a pillow, so I just stack.
Sleep on money.
I stack a couple of these.
I'm not entirely sure what we're seeing here, everybody. I think there might be some mafia ties here, but
got one of these. This is the original Chris Roberts bobblehead.
Oh, that's cool. I've never seen that. Can you lift it up a little bit? That outfit.
Yeah, he's in the original Spaceman. Yep. He had an accident.
Oops.
Yeah. It was a bad day in Dallas.
Ouch.
But too soon.
Very cool. No, it's okay.
He fell off a shelf. He fell off a shelf. Yeah, there's the.
That's where our money's going.
It's here because here's the back of his head. I have to glue it back on.
Just gotta glue that right back on there. Super glue.
Let's see. It's a Hello Kitty.
You have a Hello Kitty? Was that Dodgers?
Yep.
I've seen you wearing White Sox and Dodgers.
Yeah, the White Sox was from an adult league that I played in. It's got my name and number on the back. I'm not a fan of the White Sox. I enjoy the Dodgers.
Got it. No.
So it's just when you join a men's softball league, you don't always get to pick what team you're on. So, and the choices I had were the Giants and the White Sox, and I'm like, you're in the White Sox.
Definitely.
Another weird
Sure.
Lando
I
Mickey.
like that. Okay.
Lando Mickey monstrosity. So what happens when Lando Calrissian and Mickey Mouse jump in the pod together and they get transported?
Lando goes to Disneyland.
The other Lando.
This is my power loader, and it's got Sarah Connor at the wheel. So it's
That's
an
so
power loader.
cool.
No Ripley, huh?
Again, 99% of all people in the world would put Ripley in there. I decided to go another James Cameron route. It's
Do
just.
you cook? Do you cook food? I did
before I lived here.
Like.
I just haven't. I'm never here enough to do it. This was another fan gift. This was this is a Lando, my Lando pony.
Oh my God! You just made some people seriously happy in chat by showing that.
My Lando pony.
I had no idea how huge it was, but My Little Pony is really quite a thing.
I wouldn't know. This is the only one I've ever had. So they just
It's a
sent
big
it to
deal.
me. It's a big deal.
Keep eye.
Here's again packages I haven't opened. It's very loud.
What is it? What is it?
These are terrible knockoff Star Wars figures from China.
Let's see.
Opening them for the first time.
Toast inside here? No. Toast?
I think Toast left. Here we go.
Well, I was just wondering about his cooking because if he takes to cooking as he does other things, I wonder how far he deviates. There's Yoda. Where are we going?
Yeah, check that expression out on Yoda's face right there.
He looks like he's farting. Like he's like, hold on.
Hold on. Gas would pass.
And then he's got the other hand pointed behind him.
Yeah, it's super terrible. There's a dude that looks dressed like Ray. Yeah,
Oh, let me see. I know it's horrible. That one is the worst.
It's
Let me see it. Let me see it.
I want to
get it, but it was so bad.
What, you saw this bootleg Star Wars stuff?
I'm pretty sure I've seen the Ray that you're pulling out. I've looked up everything Ray, and it looks just like a dude. It's a dude.
It's
Oh.
basically if Lawrence of Arabia played Ray.
So bad. It's just so bad.
Actually, it looks like it sucks because it doesn't focus right. It gets too close and it doesn't. Let me see if I can change the focus. Hold on. This is worth
She come
seeing
with
here.
a gun? She should have come with a little gun.
Yeah, come on, focus. There you go. All that. Look at that. Look.
Oh,
Cross-eyed.
dang.
Hey, I don't have a boyfriend. It's certainly your business.
Seriously, guys. God, she's so creepy.
Yeah. So
wonder how
about
many
these
she's
terrible bootleg Star Wars.
Oh, there's a question from _ while you're looking at things. What is your ideal first date? You're getting interviewed.
Sex.
Hot sex? Is that what you said?
Any sex.
Well, okay.
We're not supposed to say that.
Well, no, I mean, it's,
honestly.
so
Honestly, I think anybody not saying boning
Sex?
down is lying to themselves.
okay.
I don't know. I haven't been on a date in so long. I haven't been on.
Right?
I haven't
You
been
don't
on a
even
date.
know how to talk about a date.
I haven't been on a date. When
There's
did the
some
century
finesse
start?
that you're missing.
No, I haven't been on. I haven't been on a date. I haven't been on a date since
Why?
Star Citizen.
Why?
Busy?
Are you just so occupied?
busy? No, how do you think? How do you think I make these fat stacks? By the way, guys, these are fake.
Oh, you got us.
Yeah, I
Oh,
bought
yeah.
these from Amazon for $31. There's a stack of 5. It looks like da. It was for a skit we were gonna do on HTV that we never did.
That's pretty
So
good.
yeah,
I
no,
would-
it's fake. Yeah, it's fake. So
Guys,
I mean, not
don't-
this
don't-
one. This one's real.
Don't go look for where he lives and try to break in because it's not going to be
Yes.
worth it.
Yes. Well, no. According to Amazon.com, these are worth $31. Just somebody stupid enough. Yeah, I told him. I'm like,
And you bought it.
I'm like, Toast, I just bought a thing. And he goes, what did you buy? He goes, I just bought like $50,000 on Amazon.com. And he goes, how much did $50,000 cost you? $31. And it's Prime shipping, so it was free. So,
And you felt really good about that, didn't you?
yep, and it's just sat here. So.
We need a Star Citizen dating website. What do you think about that?
No, I could get a date through Star Citizen easy. It'd just be with a dude.
Well, yeah, but for others out there, I mean, this is a, pretty. Well, you're right. It'd probably be a lot of guy and guy connections. Scratch that idea. Let's bring that up down the road.
There's enough dating sites already, I think.
I'll toss that.
I'm a sexy bear.
But if you could just lead with Star Citizen, think about that. Like, I like Star Citizen, you like Star Citizen, and then you're off. Done.
This is just
Right?
look, all I've done is reach for the crap that's on my desk. This
I know you
is,
haven't even busted into the display cases, which
This is an
everybody-
original Burger King Return of the Jedi glass from
Yeah.
1983.
Don't crack it. They crack so easily.
Oh.
Oh.
This is my third set. There's
Okay.
There's two different sets in there, so I could just break glass.
It's painful.
Bleed to death on stream. Yeah, so I've got that. What is this? Oh, this is a bootleg SNES controller.
What are you gonna do with that? What's the plan there?
I have for Super Nintendo, so I can play the Super Nintendo.
So do you have time to play Super Nintendo? When are
Nope.
you playing Super
Nope.
Nintendo?
Nope, I bought a Super Nintendo a couple months ago. I've never turned it on.
Okay.
Just you buy things in case you're gonna have time.
Just in case.
Yeah, it's like I can imagine a future where I will have time. There's some gas relief. That's empty. Yeah.
He's just bearing it all, guys.
It's just the crap that's on my desk. Look, I haven't gone anywhere else to look for stuff. This is just like I haven't cleaned off my desk.
I don't even think
So
it
long.
reached far behind you. I
Nope.
think it's just
Nope.
been right within
This is my light switch.
a light switch naturally.
That's
Is that a battery operated? Awesome.
Oh.
Something.
My light switch.
Don't lose that.
Yeah, it doesn't show up too well, with the webcam and everything, but it's pretty nicely lit. If I do say so myself, there's some more drugs.
Drugs and more drugs. If we have at
UPS
Citizen
thing I never
Con a bus ticket, what was that?
Some UPS thing I never claimed.
A package you didn't get.
No, look at this.
You don't wonder what it is?
This is a Wing Commander Citizen card.
Oh,
Wing Commander Citizen card. Hold on, watch this. Watch it. These are all Wing Commander Citizen cards. Look at all these Wing Commander Citizen cards.
look at this collection. So at CitizenCon, for some of the parties, we're thinking about doing a Saturday morning cartoon. Maybe we'll throw in some gameplay, like Nintendo. Would you come for that?
Comb. It all depends. If it's
If you're not
after,
working.
chances.
Monday
if it's
morning.
After CitizenCon, possibly.
morning.
If it's before CitizenCon, probably not.
Monday morning, got it. Just pencil it in.
My old glasses.
Oh,
Oh, that's got
What's that?
money stuff in there. Can't do that.
what? Knives? You can
No.
show stacks of money and drugs, but you can't show knives?
Yeah, but it's not real money, and I got a prescription for the drugs. So
Okay.
there's things you can do. There's things you can't. Yeah, I'm just looking.
This
Oh.
is the night in the life of. Open it. What's in the box?
Nope, can't show that.
What's in the box?
Can't show that. I'm just looking
Yeah.
at stuff on my. Yeah, this is how little time I get to spend here. I just things pile up on my desk. Like here's the little cheese straw to a handy snacks.
And you've kept that.
That's on my desk.
Yep.
That's the glamorous life. That's my glamorous life. Do you guys hear me rustling all things in the
Yeah.
yeah. See how much crap is there?
We derailed a bit, though. We were talking about your dating life. I feel like that was intentional derailment, though.
Some gauze.
What? Why do you have gauze?
I bleed.
Why do you bleed?
Did you watch the?
What's
April-
happening over there? Are you bumping into all your shit and you're just scraping your arms up? What's going on? We should talk about this. We need you around.
Some dental floss.
He's
Flossing.
He's doing home
Flossing is very
dentistry.
important. Now,
In the
if you-
package
now,
still.
dental
The gas tank
hygiene
is empty.
is
but
incredibly important. If you don't floss regularly,
Talk
you
about
should.
it.
Ideally, you should floss twice a day, in the morning and the nights, because your gums
Well,
are some
what
of the
happens?
best friends you will ever have. And if you
Oh.
take care of them, they will take care of
Take
you.
care of you. G.I. Joe.
That's time well spent.
Time well spent. I feel like we've accomplished a lot here today, everybody.
What's that here?
Thank you for bringing us into your
Mr.
fold.
Meeseeks? Is it Mr. Meeseeks?
Does he
Hi,
squeak?
Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
Look up here.
I got all kinds of crap down here on the floor.
I could watch you do this for the next 30 minutes, so I'm game. I'm just trying to be...
We got a whole room there. He's only done the desk so far.
Seriously, this is just amazing. And yeah, what's in storage is what I want to know.
So many drugs. This one doesn't even have a label on it.
Ah, those are the good ones.
That's the good ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, blessing on Twitch.
There's some Oragel instant pain relief. You know, again, for when you forget to floss, you know, and you don't take care of your gums.
You got to take care of your gums. The infection spreads and it's right close to your brain, and you don't want that infection to go into your brain. It'll affect your work.
That's true.
Here's a package.
Open it! Open it! Do it! I'm gonna guess a Raggedy Ann doll.
It's a t-shirt.
T-shirt. Outman Jinx.
Wow, that's pretty nice looking. That's
Is this
really
somebody
nice.
Oh, that's a
somebody
beautiful
sent-
black.
It's really,
Wow, this is a cool image. I don't remember ordering this.
It is. It's really a very, very. Hey, Disco.
Oh, I know.
It just turned out over things. Very cool.
Okay, I can't
So-
see if it's in the camera.
How long has
Yeah.
that just been sitting in a package?
That's Rick and Morty and DeLorean. So, yeah, I don't know, but you hold on. You know what this means?
What?
Another
Tomorrow.
day I don't have to do laundry.
That's right.
Well, I'm gonna wear
That's
this on. I'm gonna wear this on Reverse the Verse tomorrow. So if you watch Reverse the Verse tomorrow, you know where this shirt came from.
Oh, we'll
I don't
be
know
there.
how. I don't know how. No, I gotta put it where I remember it. Putting clothes on the Rock Band drums are how I know it's for tomorrow. Tomorrow's clothes.
Are you
going
going to be rock banding it out pretty soon?
No, I live on the second floor. Can't Rock Band drums on the second floor. I respect my neighbors.
R-E-S-P-C-T.
Got some Band-Aids. Got some Star Trek or Star Wars Band-Aids.
You don't use them, do you? You save those.
Oh no, I use them.
You do?
Here's a question. Here's a question from chat from the Brock Kelly. In Disco's latest interview, he talked about a game called Revolution. Can he talk about it now, if at all? Brian Chambers expanded on the game's ideas and motives after
Ooh.
something.
I want the little guy.
After the interview. Disco seemed
You
interested
have
in the
R2D2?
topic.
I know as much about that game as you do. You heard everything I heard in that interview, and you heard me say when I come in August, he's going to show it to me. So that it's not August means I don't know anything more than you do.
That was the game Brian worked on, right?
In August, you'll know more. Got it.
Tastes like Band-Aids.
Are you eating it? I can see why you have all these things around you, because you might be using the other things improperly. But I don't know. Can we open up another package?
Here's an old copy of Red Dead Redemption for the Xbox 360. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Noted. Favorite games of all time.
Okay. Oh, this package is heavy.
Ooh.
The
Careful
next,
with the scissors. Get the band-aids ready.
the
I
next
just see this
greatest Star
coming.
Marine is soon. I can tell that. I can answer that question.
If someone was in town, would you let them buy you free beer, Jared? Jared doesn't drink.
Oh.
So you can buy a beer if you want, but I'm not going to drink it. Jared is in what the folks in my particular field like to call recovery. So 6 years, 6 years, 4 weeks, 2 days.
Wow.
So this is a Star Wars book.
Just been sitting in the package for however long.
Yeah, just been sitting there.
Just been
This
hanging
is
out.
another Star Wars book. It's the Star Wars Character Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia. Yep.
That's useful.
This is another Star Wars book. What is this?
Let's check this out.
This looks like.
Is it a pop-up book?
Oh no, it's like those old storybooks they used to do. This is the Force Awakens storybook. They tell you the story of the movie with pictures.
Maybe we'll do story time with Disco and Silo at CitizenCon before we do the cartoons.
So that's a book. That's a box that's never been opened. I'm gonna go back on the floor until I can find the time, energy, or interest to do anything with it.
It looks like you need bookshelves.
What's this? I got bookshelves in the other room.
Yeah, this is it cheese? It's cheese. A block of cheese? Or plates? Are those paper plates? Oh, we can't hear you. Dear God, we need to hear you. We cannot. And this is... Okay, I think you're back. Nope, it stopped mid typing. Right out. Why does he have paper plates? We can't hear him. This is just the saddest moment ever.
Can't hear you.
Jared. What if I go like this? No! That's pretty clear signaling, isn't it? He's doing this on purpose. Let's just roll with it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Paper plates. That's a good idea with the books, to put it with the books. Paper goes with paper. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Just go, how do you...
Those are blank paper plates. You could draw your own pictures on them before you eat.
What do you think about at night when you go to bed? You know, what's the last thought in your head? He's back. He's back. And he's gone.
Nope.
Am I back?
Now you are.
back.
Okay.
Woo!
Yeah. So that was the story of why there are paper plates in my living room.
And we will never know.
And honestly,
We're never
I
gonna know.
didn't feel like I was ever going to share that story with anybody. So you got something real special there, because it's definitely not what you would expect a story about paper plates to be.
I knew I should have brought in that lip reading lady that does little signing in the corner of the screen.
Absolutely. Oh, another package. Brace yourselves. It's a I don't know. It's gonna be a character in some styrofoam something. It's gonna go in a display case. I feel this. He's gonna pull out this box, or maybe is it a drone? With a camera? Nope. What if it's a figure of some sort, figurine? That's it. A turtle.
It's a Kylo Ren. It's a Hot Toys, the Hot Toys 1/6 scale movie masterpiece series, Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. Do you have space for Kylo?
Yeah, probably. The cases go on and on. So
is this like Christmas every day for you? Do you wake up in the morning and say, "I'll open one package today"? Do you treat yourself to packages? Because I've never seen this before ever. Ever.
It's actually Toast makes fun of me. Toast says that because what I do is I pre-order things on Amazon, like this thing comes on pre-order, and I pre-order it. It's not going to come out for like 8 months. I've completely forgotten about it. I've completely forgotten it exists.
And then it shows up.
And then it shows up. So packages come nearly every single day. I don't know what they are when I open them. Most of the time I go, oh, okay, I'll open this later, and then I forget, and that's why they pile up like they are right now. And so, he teases me that every day is like a mini Christmas for me.
Would you be upset if he opened up one of your packages, or a couple of them, because he just couldn't stand it?
Toast would never do that.
But what if he did?
But no, that's like saying what if the oceans rose up and flew off into space? It's just not a thing. It's not a thing that Toast would do.
I've kind of seen it before in a movie.
Toast is an honorable samurai.
But what if? Would you be upset with it?
He is no Ronin. He is no ninja.
So technically, you'd never know what you were missing, because you don't know what you got.
No. You could absolutely rob me blind. I would have no idea. From So, like I said, I don't believe in denying yourself anything. If there's something you want, you get it. If you can't afford it, you find a way. You do the things in life that are required of you to do so that you can have the things that you want to have. And it was never a mystery of life to me. It was simple. You just decided what you wanted. And you win.
You go for it. Yep.
So
It's a good recipe.
So
You work so you can play.
what is? Wait, that package has Japanese writing on it. What the hell is that?
We'll get it.
More knockoffs.
This is just amazing to me. This is a whole new way of living I didn't know existed.
Has my address. That's from like Japan.
Let's do it. It looks like it could be a something. Maybe a
This is I can't stand goons.
citizen something.
Goons are
What?
fine. I used to be a goon.
Let's see what you got in there. Did you get called a goon? Oh, he's a goon.
No, they're talking about goons. When I played EVE Online, I was in goons form.
Do it.
Up until the day I stopped playing Goon Online. Up until the day I stopped playing EVE Online, my character was in goons form. Might still be for all I know.
Statman, do you feel like you need to start pulling things out? I kind of feel like we're at show and tell.
You know,
time.
I have an old box of something I ordered that I never opened, and
Let's
I know
see it.
I know
Let's
what's in
grab the
it.
box. Well, we don't.
No one group is any one thing. There are plenty of goons that I know personally
I'll go get it. I'll
and
go get it.
in real life
Okay.
that are delightful people. I don't judge a group based on the actions of a few, and I don't judge a few based on the actions of a group. Oh, these are
Yes. What? Describe. What do you see?
these are little stands for my action figure mans that can only be ordered. They're special stands that are designed for the 6-inch series of figures. They're great. They're fully posable. Now look what you can do with that. It's a little stand. You can pose the figure just like that, like he's flying.
Oh yeah,
around.
that's really cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're only sold. They're not sold in the U.S. So they're rarely sold in the U.S. But,
Rarely. You
rarely
could
sold
turn
in the
around and sell those for major bucks.
Oh yeah, those I had to import those. Those cost. I don't remember what those cost.
But I don't even remember buying them.
I don't remember what most of this stuff costs.
I have a box
I don't-
from Mexico.
But Statman's got something. What is it,
Mexico.
from Mexico?
Yeah.
What?
This is some. I know what it's in here. I haven't actually seen it though, but
It's more gas. I didn't use all the gas pills. I
Gas
still have
X?
Yeah. See, I still have gas pills. They go.
This is incredible to me.
give
Okay.
that Yoda
Oh.
give that Yoda some of those. I think he needs.
Who's not farting tonight?
Hey. Statman's opening up a package from Mexico.
Oh, wow,
What you got?
lots of tape.
Dude, is that black tar?
It looks like it.
I
Dude,
wouldn't be
from
opening it.
Mexico-
I wouldn't be opening
Dude.
on stream if it was.
From Mexico. The dimensions are wrong. The width and the length is right.
It's a brick. It's a brick. You know?
Yeah. It's a little thin for a brick, but maybe you got gypped.
Maybe they ripped me off. You know?
Disco Lando's a drug lord. Got it.
You
Got
got
it.
gypped. 37.
Statman, you're opening that up. Like, did you guys ever see Sesame Street, Christmas Eve on Sesame Street, where Bert and Ernie are giving each other the presents
I
and
got
they're
some newspaper.
unwrapping them? No, and they do it so carefully. Bert's got to do it with scissors, just carefully, and Ernie just wants him to rip into the package.
See, look.
Right now, I
you
feel
can
like
tell
Ernie.
it's from Mexico. It's in Spanish. Bet you didn't know that, huh?
Nope. This is all news.
It
is heroin.
It is a bootleg Planet of the Apes toy from like the 70s.
Bring it to the closer. Bring it to the closer.
See, that's how we felt when you were doing this, Disco. Yeah, right?
Nice. My favorite bootleg figure in history. The one that I have chased my entire life and I have not gotten. So I don't own it. I don't own it not because I've denied it to myself, but because I have not yet been successful enough to find it. Is a bootleg Darth Vader action figure called Hombre Especial. It's amazing. Hombre Especial is all I've ever wanted to be in life.
So I got a lot of
This is
Planet
my
of the Apes
toy.
stuff.
This is it's a turtle from Mexico, from a long time ago. I don't smoke, but it's an ashtray. And then I keep this little halibut piece in the turtle.
But you have a piece of
Halibut
halibut?
fish. Yeah, halibut fish have this little bit on their bodies that fishermen like to hang on to. So I have a 3 of them. It's no big deal. I mean, it's kind of a big deal. So
Yeah.
I got 3. The halibut.
That big thing there, I can't bring it, but that thing that's on the table there, that is a G.I. Joe Defiance Space Shuttle Launch Complex that I've been restoring. That's the launch complex there, that big thing that's tall, and then other way, and then that's the booster that I'm pointing at right there, and then that's the shuttle right there. That was the thing I always wanted when I was a child, and I said, Mom, I want the Defiant G.I. Joe Space Shuttle Launch Complex, and she's like, okay, but you have to be good, and so I was good for a year. And I'm like, Mom, can I have the Defiant Space Shuttle Launch Complex? She's like, all right, if you're good, all right. And then Christmas came, and I got the Crusader. And the Crusader is just the space shuttle part, painted black, without the booster, without the launch complex. And man.
Return of the Jedi mug from way back when.
Are you just pulling out your Christmas tree or decorations?
No, it's Star.
I have Star Wars stuff too. Not like you, but
it's a star from just somebody gave it to me.
Good job. I still trust 8-Ace. Just flossed. Take care
somebody
of your gums.
Flossed? You just saved someone's gums.
And they will take care of you.
Look at that mug. Stoutman, I just looked over and saw it. I was so sidetracked. Do you guys have this at your desk, though? Do you? Chocolate Twizzlers, Andes Mints, and Kisses? Do ya?
No.
Nope.
No.
What is the funniest story from CIG?
Those are awful. I'm so sorry.
The funniest story?
Like, what's the funniest? I don't know. What do you mean funniest story?
Well,
something that happened?
Well, one of my favorite stories. It requires pictures. So let me see if I have the pictures. So before, but it would be pretty mean to start the story and then not be able to pay it off. Let me see. Okay. So this actually started. This was actually before I worked here. I had met Chris a couple times by this point. This was at CitizenCon 2014 in LA. And they do the big presentation downstairs. It's at the same venue that this year's place is. And then we all go upstairs to the big bar, nightclub area, and we're having fun. And Chris is going around, and everybody's buying Chris drinks and whatnot. And I'm just kind of chilling out because when you're in recovery and you're in a nightclub with a bunch of open bars and people wanting to buy you stuff, yeah, you just kind of zen focus. So I'm just hanging out. I'm sitting. I'm chatting with some people. Like Wickstrom was there. I met Wickstrom. And a couple of streamers. People had seen the first episode of Around the Verse and like, hey, are you Disco Lando? And I'm like, no, I'm Outsider. Outsider was a notorious black market seller at the time. Just trying to lay low. And eventually, we've been upstairs for a couple hours, and I watched Chris go back and forth. People are buying him drinks, he's taking pictures, he's signing autographs. And eventually, Chris comes to me. He pulls me up off the chair and he goes, Jared! And Chris is blitzed. Everybody's been buying him drinks. He's been running all around. He just, the CitizenCon is a celebration of everything. So, this is the time when you let your hair down. So Chris has let his hair down. And he's having, he goes, Jared. And he goes, we haven't taken a picture. He goes, take a picture with me, Jared. And I'm like, all right. And so, I'm like, he goes, no, we can't just take a normal picture. And this was the night I knew I wanted to work for Chris Roberts. We can't just take a normal picture. And I'm like, well, what do you want to do? And he goes, well, what should we do? And he goes, well, what kind of picture should we take? He goes, let's take a picture like we're sorority girls. And I went, absolutely. So Chris Roberts, let's take a picture like we're sorority girls at a party.
You have this picture?
Yep.
You were talking about this at Bar Citizen in LA.
Yeah.
Can you make it a little bit?
Yeah. It's the there you go. The glare. The glare is starting. So there's me and Chris. There's me and Chris. Ooh. There you go.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me. No hair at the time. Shaved. So me and Chris we take a picture like we're here. They got the protective case there. Maybe it's got the glare. Let me the protective case. I'm gonna lose my protective case now.
Don't lose.
These
your
cases are
protective
designed
casing.
to protect your phone. Oh, freedom. What? You're watching Disco Lando destroy his phone live on Twitch.
You just expense report it. It's okay. This is work.
Got it. All right. Oh, I'm in some kind of photo edit mode now. Let's get out of here. Discard changes. What are you doing? All right. Does that doesn't really show up any better. All right, so it wasn't the. There you go.
There you
That's
go.
kind of better. So Chris is like, let's take pictures
that's
like
better.
sorority girls, like we're sorority girls. So I'm like, great. And he goes, do you think we can do better? And I went, I know we can do better. And he goes, well, what should we do? And I'm thinking about something, and somebody else who's there, the person who's taking the picture, goes, what if you have mind powers? And Chris goes, I've never had mind powers before. So then we take a picture as if we have mind powers. This is him doing the Professor X. Like he's got mind control powers, and I'm just like, I don't know. But that was my. It wasn't my idea. I wasn't happy with it. I'm like mind powers. I'm like that's pretty lame. We can do better. And he goes. Well, you're the great Disco Lando. So what's the best picture we can take? And I said, prom picture.
Oh, you guys went to
And
prom.
he goes, I never took a prom picture. So he goes, get behind me. So I get behind Chris Roberts, and I put my hands around Chris Roberts, and he put my hands around his stomach, and he interlocks our fingers because the man is
Intimate.
a consummate. He's a consummate professional. If you're going to take a prom picture, you take the prom picture, and this was the prom picture that we took. And it's not frame bureau, but if you look really closely, you can see that our fingers are interlocked there. This is Chris having a blast.
Did you have some chub going on?
No, that's inappropriate.
Oh yeah, that's inappropriate.
That's inappropriate.
Yeah, that's just over the top.
I don't appreciate that.
Well, you're gonna get over it because it's all happening. I think we were talking about your hold earlier, or something weird.
So that's the funny story I have. But that's before the time I worked at CIG. I had, basically it was like I had to agree never to show those pictures, and they would hire me. So, also this is how many pieces my phone thing is in now. So
Did you just break your phone while we're talking?
just the cover to try to show the picture.
Lord of mercy. I'm gonna post something in chat real quick while we're all here. I just created today this GoFundMe account for Nighthawk Zale and his wife Lady Hawk. They're having a baby. Baby Hawk any day now, and I'm gonna post a link there if you guys want to contribute anything to them. I'm just trying to something for them, just a little bit of financial freedom, a little bit while they got this new baby and they can focus on the baby. So if you feel like giving a little something, they're awesome people. Nighthawk Sales, a Star Citizen streamer and active member in this community. So if you've got extra, they could use it.
What you doing, Stout Man?
I was gonna type something.
You're just like this is way more than I expected.
Well,
He's just like I just want this thing to end.
No.
You are so done. You're just like
If I'm done, I'll just turn my picture off and go watch TV or something. You guys can keep going. I don't care.
Put some cartoons on in the back. Yeah, I mean
Here's the thing. This is a clip of Nerf darts.
Oh, Nerf
there
darts.
are 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's a
5,
big clip.
6, 7, 8, 9,
This is
10,
going to be
11,
happening
12,
at CitizenCon.
13,
I'm
14,
glad
15,
that you brought this up, Greg.
There are 18 Nerf darts.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody needs to bring their Nerf equipment with them. This is something I wanted to address as well.
Wow.
Oh my God! This is just.
He's gonna take out every citizen there, I think.
Lady Nighthawk and I have been scheming about our Nerf war, and I just hit the mother load.
Yeah. So
that's amazing.
This is just the stuff that's normally here at my desk. I don't know.
Do you have the gun that those go into, or is that still in one of the boxes? Because we should open all boxes until you find the gun.
He's probably got like four guns duct taped together and fire it once or something.
I have several guns. Also, my favorite cleaning product, the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. If you've never used a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser,
reach on.
I don't clean with anything else. Well, I also clean with Clorox disinfecting wipes, because this has a lovely lemon scent to it, but it's bleach free. But the Mr. Cleans do a better clean job, but they don't have that lemon scent. So these are just all the things that are here at my desk.
Absolutely.
And all of this collectively is probably a big part of why I'm single.
Let's see. Stoutman, you want to do a recap of what we've seen, or should we just let it lay?
I think it speaks for itself.
I haven't seen any hangers. I mean, I'm inspired that we don't see hangers popping up. I'd be concerned if that was to happen.
He just lays the
hangers?
shirts over the Rockstar speakers.
I have the drum kit.
Yeah.
I have the Rockstar drum kit.
With hangers?
Tomorrow's shirt goes on the Rockstar drum kit.
No, you just lay the shirt out, open it for a night, and it'll be wrinkle free the next morning. It's a guy thing.
No, that's not just a guy thing. You guys have no idea how. Yeah, reusing shirts. We got some tricks too.
Wikipedia says we're getting too commercial. Well, Lando gets paid.
Here's a different set of
every time he
Clorox.
says Clorox on the show.
Wow.
Yeah, these
Do
are
you
specific.
sniff
This is
that?
specific for glass. This is specific for glass, because if you use these ones, you can't use these ones on glass. These are great for surfaces, but on the glass they streak. So you want to use a streak-free glass wipe.
See, he's testing out material for a new show, Cleaning with Disco Lando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any leather cleaner? What do you recommend to clean a car leather?
I don't own any leather.
Oh. Okay.
I think maybe this chair is like a fake leather. That's the closest I have to leather. I don't have any leather.
Okay. And you're still pulling things up. Is that a cooler that you carry around so you could?
I don't know what's in here.
I am just amazed at what we're seeing here. It's not stopping. And
my badge from E3.
Okay.
Next E3 is coming along. Gonna do that soon. Oh, it's my badge from PAX. This is just a bag full of badges, apparently.
Bag full of badges. This is. Somebody wants to know if you own if you own a gun. Do you own a gun?
I have owned a gun. At present, I do not.
Would you keep the bullets spread about in the house, or would you try to keep the gun and the bullets the ammunition together?
I kept the gun in a box that was locked, and there was a box next to it that held the ammo that was also locked.
Captain Zylo apparently has seen you in some leather assless chaps.
Yes, but then he woke up.
Oh, poor Zylo. Oh, somebody wants a secret. What is a secret that you have? I don't know if we've reached...
Not that Tyler dreams about me in leather assless chaps. That's no secret. We all know that now.
He's got to come up with something that you've never told in any of your other interviews.
Well, yeah, yes. I did. The paper plates.
No. But the thing is, we lost
about the
you.
paper plates.
The audio cut out.
The biggest secret I have.
Can you hear me? Hello. But let's recap it then, because
I don't think I have the emotional maturity necessary to tell that story twice in one night.
And you might start tearing up. And I did not see a box of tissues. So
no, the one thing that is not around my desk is a box of tissues because I'm a grown-ass man.
Let's good. Recap everything that you've seen, everyone. Well,
Tommy Train is asking, which Star System ship would you most like to see built full scale in real life?
Ooh.
Is that a thing people think of?
Yes. What?
I've never had that thought.
You've never had that thought about what if it was actually in front of you? You walk out your front door and go like, boop boop.
Yeah.
But if you could have it built, which one would you want?
No.
I've never thought about what I would do if I won $1 million. I've never
ship. This is very different.
Yeah, it's
isolated.
It's a fantasy. I don't.
You don't partake in fantasy?
I don't think that way. No, because My life.
You're all about practicality.
I make my life everything I want it to be. I have no need for fantasy.
You are the dream weaver. Good thing Xylo's around.
Now my
thing.
Starfare is still my favorite ship. Starfare has been my favorite ship since the beginning, since it was introduced, since I first saw it. It's been the ship I've waited for forever. So, the answer would be the Starfare. It came out even better than I hoped. So,
Good. I think everybody's pretty excited about it.
You need a pretty big parking spot for that, though.
yeah, we're working on that. Tyler knows more about that, but he can't tell you.
Yeah, I think he's been muted in channel. He can't tell anybody.
He's timed out. Is
He's
that
timed
another
out?
package? Yeah, he got in trouble. He was trolling under a different name.
So who banned him?
We all did. Everybody.
Oh, that's a Star Trek spaceship. This is the
My God.
That's the one from the Generations, or no, from that's the first flight one, right?
yeah.
This just doesn't. I can't comprehend what I'm seeing because whenever a package arrives, it's just this magical moment of.
I can't remember what it's called.
There's just these magical moments laying about.
Yeah, it's the one that Zephyr Cochrane built into a nuclear bomb, and its first flight and brought the Vulcans down. The Borg tried to stop it. Right now, the name of it escapes me, and the name of it's not on the thing. So, and then there's this. This is an old. That's an old frigate. That's an old Antares class cruiser from the original series. I recognize this.
Did you pull
one.
that out of the same box just now?
Yeah. Well, that same box. There's a bunch of Star Trek spaceships in a bunch of these boxes. I'm a member of the Star Trek spaceships collection. I get 2 ships every month. In one of the actually 2 of the cases back there are dedicated entirely to Star Trek spaceships. So yeah.
I'm just mystified.
Fucking nerds.
Fucking nerds, man.
Fucking nerds.
So what are you guys doing out there?
That's the name of my band in rock. Band.
Fucking nerds.
Actually,
No, the
it's not.
Starfare is not flight ready yet.
No, the name of my band in Rock Band was the Chevy Chase Reach Around. But
The
Fucking
Chevy
nerds
Chase reach around?
yeah, it's a good name for a band.
I feel like if we start talking about Chevy Chase, we are never ever going to stop this conversation because that just leads to.
Disco, before CAG, did you play Star Trek Online? Yes. I was a lifetime subscription to Star Trek Online when it first started. Was there day one. I got to level 50, completed all the content, and there was nothing to do, and I took off. Came back like 3 years later, played all the new content, then in like 3 weeks, then took off. Came back a year later, played all the new content, took off. So there's not enough steady content to keep me there the whole time. But now that it's free to play, I take a year or 2 off and I come back and I play the content. I really like Star Trek Online a lot. It's just not enough it's not enough to keep me vested all the time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I played it, got up to level 50. I'm like, okay, now what?
Yep.
It's a cool game.
To play much of Star Citizen since you're constantly working on it and in that world. Are you ever?
I suck at Star Citizen. It's I don't play it because it's not fun. No. When I worked at Blizzard when WoW launched, and you spend so much time in that world, in that universe, that when you get your free time, the last thing you wanted to do was play WoW. When I left Blizzard, I played WoW for like a decade. After that, for 8 years, nonstop. Right? It's just, but I had to not work there in order to fully enjoy it and stuff. Star Citizen, just like any game that you work for, is kind of the same. It's one of those things. One of the sad truths of video game development is that when you're making games, you rarely have time to play games. Sometimes you force yourself to make time to play games when they're doing something similar, or when they're doing something that this game has introduced a brand new save system that's never been done before, and you go, oh well, let's check that out, kind of thing. But for the most part, it's just I don't play mini games. I play Star Trek Timelines on my mobile device, It's like Pokemon, but for Star Trek. I play Star Wars Uprising, which is like Diablo, but for Star Wars. Those two games I play on the mobile. Recently, I started playing the Pokemons. I'm playing Pokemon. I'm playing the Pokemons right now. I had my very first duel with Ben at lunch 2 days ago, and I kicked his ass.
You did not.
I did too. There's photographic evidence on Twitter, and like Alexis is like, "Oh, look, Ben and Disco are playing Pokemon," and then you don't see any post about who won.
Ah, that's where that all came from.
I rolled.
Okay.
I rolled his ass. He's all like, I'm like, before we play, I'm like, are there any Pokemons you need? He goes, I have them all. I'm like, you have every Pokemon? He goes, I'm a Pokemon master. I have all the Pokemon. I went, okay. He goes, do you want to play a game? I'm like, I've played the game Pokemon for like 4 weeks. Okay, and I rolled him.
Yeah, you did.
I did. It was totally luck. It's just the random collection of Pokemon I had just happened to have every answer to everything he was doing. It was purely. If we did another game, I would lose. So I stopped.
Right.
I stopped it at
that
one.
was a one-time event.
Yep. I'm like, yes. I'm gonna stop playing Pokemon undefeated.
I'm like that with pool. I'm great the first game, and then after that, it's like, what happened? Yeah. But.
So I'm enjoying it. I have 271 Pokemon. They're all named Tim, and so far it's really great. I do these things, Wonder Trade, where it connects to the internet and it finds a random person around the world and it trades. You say I want to give this Pokemon, you get a random Pokemon turn, and so I keep giving people Pokemon named Tim, and they keep like messaging me back like, why is this Pokemon like, why Tim? And I'm like, So that's my win condition. My win condition for Pokemon is not collecting all 700 and some odd Pokemon. It is sending Pokemon named Tim out into the world and having them infest other games around this beautiful country, this beautiful planet of ours.
Yep.
So that's my win condition.
And what's your win condition, everyone? Let's take that thought with us as we journey on into our evenings. What is your win condition? I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Bring us back something.
Or maybe not.
Have you ever played flight simulation like DCS? No. It's so far beyond my skill set, I don't even try. I've seen it. I have like stood behind other people that have played DCS and just marveled at it. And I just watch it and I'm like, God be with you, people who can learn the precise startup procedure of an A10 Warthog and do it. I just you are the chosen people, and I will sit here and be your shepherd, but I will not be one of you. I just can't. I'm not.
I've never been a flight sim person either. I just can't. That's just not for me. Some people love it.
No, I love it. I love to watch it. I love to see it happen. I can't. There are too many asks in my life. Too many things pulling at my time. Too many things pulling at my attention for me to get into.
You got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, no, I have no doubt that you can teach me, Breezy. It's that I don't have the time or the inclination to learn. That's all. I like to think I'm teachable. I'm pretty sure I could learn to do just about most things in the world. It's just a question of whether I had the time or the inclination to do so. Disco,
somebody's name is so bright.
How much do you love working for CIG and Chris Roberts? 7. 7.
Out of 7.
No, the scale is 3.
You're off the scale.
That's pretty good.
Lando, did you see yourself working with CIG when you were making community vids? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Those first videos I made for Wingman's Hangar were never supposed to be seen by the public. If you go, and they're available, if you go to youtube.com/DiscoLando or the real Disco Lando, I don't remember what it is now. I haven't been on the site in forever. But all the videos are still up there, and all 7 of the original Wingman's Hangars videos are up there. And if you look at them, they are drastically inappropriate. They are sexist. and they are disgusting, and they're not meant to be seen by the public. It was meant to. I was trying to troll Wingman because I was looking at the videos he was getting, and quite honestly, most of the videos were, and I felt bad for him. I'm like, I just wanted to make them laugh. All I wanted to do was make the guys in the studio laugh. So I sent them these private videos. And then, he's talking about it. He's like the first time he comes on the show says, I got a video from Disco Lando, but I can't show it. And I'm like, absolutely awesome. So then I made him another video that I knew he couldn't show. And he talks about the next week, I go, we're getting these great videos for Disco Lando, and they're really cracking us up, but we can't show them. So then I made a third video, and then he showed it. And I'm like, dude. And then the game was over then. So it was never supposed to be a thing. Disco Lando was never supposed to exist. It was never supposed to be anything anybody had seen. It was supposed to be private. And then he shared it, and then people liked it, and then I was like, all right, I can do more of these, I think. And then I started learning, I saw anything FPS, Pearl, he was doing his CryEngine videos, and I'm like, I can do that. So I learned how to do CryEngine videos. And anything FPS and I had the very first multiplayer match in Star Citizen history. I spent 72 hours, 3 days straight, with no sleep and a lot of not food actually, learning to that first hangar module. They had stripped all the multiplayer components out of it. I downloaded the base CryEngine and I went through meticulously, line by line, and started not understanding what I was doing. I'm not a coder. And putting multiplayer functionality back into the hangar app. And when I got it going, I built the big hangar racetrack. I built this big racetrack that was the discount hangar, the business hangar, and the deluxe hangar all merged into one. I built this long racetrack, and I restored multiplayer functionality to the hangar app, and I sent it by FTP over to Pearl. And I'm like, play with me. Play with me. You're in Australia. I'm in California. We'll prove that we'll do the very first multiplayer match in Star Citizen history before CIG was doing them, before anything. And we had a buggy race. We had a buggy race. 2 Grey Cats versus each other in this long super hangar. And it was the very first multiplayer we ever did, or that was ever done for Star Citizen. And everybody was like, and we did this thing. We did this thing where we were like, all right, you record the races from your perspective and put it on your channel. And I'll record the races from my perspective and put it on my channel. And my video got a couple, 100 views or whatever. And his video got tens of thousands of views and was put on Reddit. People are like, oh my God, anything FPS is amazing. He's created this amazing super hangar and he's added multiplayer. And I'm like, I did all that. I haven't slept in 3.5 days. I'm the one who I did it. I did it. Everyone was like, anything FPS is amazing. He's so wonderful and so nice of him to drag Lando along. And I'm like, it's me. I did it. So, and then he does the thing. And so then he does, he did a video later on where it's got the Chris Roberts bobblehead. And he goes, you push it, and he goes, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. And so he had the player model, and he's like, but he didn't model. He's not a model. He's not a modeler. So I took my bobblehead that I made, got it scanned. Bought an app on my phone that did like 3D picture scans. Brought it into a thing, figured out how to clean up the mesh, and cleaned it up, and textured it, and sent it to him. And he stuck it on there and goes, and gets another 50,000 views on his. Look at my bobblehead video for Chris Roberts. I'm like, I did that. It's all right. So. Yeah, then he quit and retired and told everybody I was his secretary and they should write their hate mail to me. And that happened. I got for like 3 weeks. I got people's private messages and YouTube comments and stuff. People saying, "Why did you make anything FPS quit?" I'm like, God damn it. I love that guy though. I miss him. I miss him a lot. We still talk sometimes on Skype.
You could write him a letter the old-fashioned style.
I don't have his address. I could write them a letter, but I wouldn't know how to deliver it. I mean, I could look up his account information, but that's assuming he
Carrier pigeon? There's ways.
Lando, what message would you give to all the CIG haters out there? None. I give no message to the haters. They don't. It's It's not a thing for me. I don't need everybody to like Star Citizen. I don't need everybody to like me. You can not like me. There's a lot of reasons not to like me. In some cases, if you don't like me, that might show like a certain amount of taste and intelligence on your part. But you don't have to like Star Citizen either. You can do whatever you want. It's not my job to bring you around. My job is to serve the people of the community, to bring you information, to bring you segments, to bring you the behind the scenes look at the development of Star Citizen, and to take your feedback and bring it back to our developers and make sure they can make informed decisions and stuff like that. My job is not to convert people. I don't. Nobody has to like Star Citizen. I honestly don't care if you like Star Citizen or not. It's not something I need to worry myself with. And again, that's probably one of those things.
Well,
it's one of those things that makes me the worst community manager in history.
There's better ways to spend your energy than trying to turn somebody around who's not going to turn around. You know, and you can't please everybody all the time, anyways.
I serve the people that want to be served. I help the people that want to be helped. And for the people that just want to sow discontent and unhappiness and whatnot, it's like.
Eric McKetton has a question for you. Are you ready for it?
Sure.
Lando, you watch all sorts of Star Citizen streamers. What piece of advice would you give them in general? That's a really good question.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about this earlier. Find the thing, whatever it is, that you do that other people don't, and focus on that. There's always going to be overlap.
All I think about is farting. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get on board here and straighten up, but everybody's farts are unique, and we can weave this in somehow. And I'm sorry, but
and Captain Richard has them all in a sound bank anyway. So it's find that thing. Ask yourself why somebody would watch you. If you can't answer that question, with some answer that doesn't apply to the first 5 streamers you see when you click Star Citizen, that's what you're missing. You're missing that thing. It doesn't mean it's not giveaways. It's not streaming at 3:00 in the morning. It's something about you. It's something about you and your personality and the way that you convey stuff that will make you successful. People give me crap when I support certain streamers. I get crap when I support this streamer over this streamer, when I highlight this person over that person and whatnot. And they say, why do you do that? And I'm like, because this person, I believe that this person is worth highlight. I believe that this person is worth mention. Why am I on Stoutman's show and not Captain Richard's show or not anything else's show? And the answer to that is he asked me and I had nothing better to do. But it's
all it takes.
that's how he knows I'm starting to like him. I'm starting to make fun of him.
That's right. You did get that secret away earlier.
So I start to make fun of you. If I'm not making fun of you, I probably don't like you. That's really it. So you know, it's. I don't believe in the participation awards. I don't believe that everything should go to all people. I think you work hard, you put in the time, you put in the effort, and you earn rewards and whatnot. So find that thing that find that reason, find that thing that only you can bring. And if it's not something unique, then find the thing that you do better than everything else, and lean on that. Utilize that. Highlight that. You have to be unique. I mean, there's no original idea in the world. Everything's been done. So so it's not necessarily going to be something that nobody else is doing. If it is, great. But if it's not something that nobody else is doing, find something that you do and you do exceptionally well, and build your presentation around that. So, and for that reason, Eric McKetton should stop streaming.
I was just about to type yes, Eric McKetton, but that's from something else.
Well, the thing with streaming is I know a lot of the Star Citizen streamers that I know. It's like they're basically be themselves on the stream. That helps a lot because you're genuine people like that. That's one thing that helps. Also, just kind of, it's also, a lot of it is just being a niche market. You find your own style, and you're going to attract your own people that like that style. You can't be everything to everybody. It's just find what works for you, what you enjoy, and just do it. And if you do it well and you be consistent, people will come and watch.
That's right.
It's yeah. Don't ever. Well, I should say don't ever try to be something you're not, because some people are shit. You should absolutely try. So I mean that's not true. The platitudes aren't always accurate. The platitudes aren't always truthful. But it's just find the reason. If you don't know the reason that people should watch you, they're not going to know the reason. That's what it comes down to. If you don't know why people should watch you, if you're just like, I want people to watch me, okay, why? Why should people watch you? I don't know. That's the problem. That's the problem. If you have to know the reason before somebody else does.
Yep, that's true. There's a couple people in chat who I think may have come a little bit later to the stream, but we did spend a good portion of the first part of this interview with Jared talking about the forums and the improvements in the forums, and maybe not improvements, but attention to the forums and kind of the idea behind them and where they're heading. So I would highly recommend, if you're interested in hearing about that, just come back when we're all going to bed and rewatch the beginning of it, because it's good stuff.
Yeah, it should be available on Twitch afterwards, and then I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel too later on. So you can rewatch it. Well, we've been going for a while now.
Well, it's about 1 o'clock my time. I still have to do some work tomorrow, so I'm going to get a little bit of sleep. You know, that's me, though. You guys can keep going.
No.
Jared, it was awesome to hang out with you.
Enough.
Thank you for taking the time that you did. Stoutman, thank you for hosting and having me on as well. And we covered a lot of great stuff, especially the packages. What's in the box?
Yes, we had a little bit of fun with that, a little spontaneous fun. So
I'd like to do this again with you sometime, Jared. If we'll check back in with you at some point. But it was a pleasure to have you around and get to talk with you a little bit. So thanks for coming.
yeah, thanks for showing up. It's been great.
I think he already hung up on us. He's like, yeah, I'm already out.
Or
Mic dropped. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Well,
wow.
That's awkward.
Well, thank you for showing up, Lando. It was great.
We're going to have Xylo on in a few weeks, guys, so stay tuned. We're going to battle of the community managers.
We'll get him.
Thanks, guys, for being here.
Get them in a ring together and let them go. All right,
Stoutman.
guys.
High five, Stoutman.
Oh, he's back.
Oh.
Thanks, Jared. It's been
There
great.
he is. What happened?
No, he gave you the stare.
Oh, that was you were actually paused in time and space? You did it so well
He's the stair master.
that I thought you froze. That is bravo.
That's a long time of listening to a woman. She says, "Stop! Don't do anything."
Just stare. That's what you had me fooled.
All right, bye.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, you
We're
guys.
over and done. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Dun, 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 dun.